Hi, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Kung anong oras mo man pinapakinggan ito, I would just like to welcome you in our orientation. Kumbaga, this is just an introduction episode of our course or slash subject, the Criminal Law Jurisprudence 2, which is Human Rights Education. By the way, I am Danchel Ramos. I am the faculty in charge in this subject. Okay, actually, ayan, this subject is actually new. Okay, so alert, new subject. This is the slide for now. And on my curriculum, actually, this subject is not included. Bagong-bago pa lang ito. And I think you are the second batch to learn about the human rights education or CLJ2. So where is it actually based? Saan naka-base itong human rights education? The human rights education is actually based on the CHED Memorandum Order Number 5, Series of 2018. Okay, so if you could remember, the K-12 education was implemented last 2013, and because of that, there are so many changes in the educational system of the country from the secondary and tertiary education na meron tayo. Kahit sa elementary, they also have the changes. And ito nga, itong memorandum na to, it is one of the changes na nagkaroon ang educational system natin. So it is the goal of the education system of the country to enhance further the outcome-based education that we already have. Okay? So one proof of that is this memorandum order, which is about the policies, standards, and guidelines for the Bachelor of Science in Criminology program. So all the institutes, higher education institutes, are adhering to the minimum standards set by this memorandum order for criminology program. So may ganito rin yung mga iba't ibang programs na meron tayo. Okay, so we also have here the course description. I am going to discuss to you the course description and the course outline of the entire subject for the entire semester. Okay, so saan ko ba nakuha itong course description and course outline that we are going to have? Actually, for the Philippine or the Professional Criminologists Association of the Philippines have gathered together with CHED to create the kumbaga, same course description and course outline that should be adapted to the higher education institution that is offering the criminology program. So, ito yun. Ito yung course description na meron tayo na meron din sa iba't ibang schools or universities. So, this course, actually, the human rights education, is going to deal about the relations of human rights and freedom. Okay? Ano ang pinakaiba ng dalawa? What is the differences? What is the similarities? We are also going to talk about the government and its power to make laws. Okay? Also, pag-usapan din natin dito yung roles of state actors and non-state actors. If you don't know what is that, ito yung actually yung state actors, this is the government, and non-state actors, these are different organizations or influential people na nagkakaroon ng influence nga sa ating human rights. Okay? So yun, 'di ba? Medyo exciting tong subject nito. We also have the national and international venue for the protection of human rights. So ano bang framework ng human rights na meron tayo dito sa bansa natin and also internationally? Okay. So yun yung mga pag-uusapan natin dito sa human rights education. So, here are the topics or the modules. Ayan. So, module 1, 2, ayan. Yan po yung aking ginawang division doon sa mga course outline na meron tayo. So, ang una nating pag-uusapan actually on the next episode is the fundamental concepts and principles of human rights. So, ano ba yung mga basic concepts na meron ng human rights natin? Okay? So, pag-uusapan natin yon. Pangalawa, and the second module is the freedom versus human rights. What's the difference between the two? Okay, pag sinabi nating freedom and human rights, malaki yung pinagkaiba eh. May pinagkaiba sila actually. So for example, gusto kong mag-post, ayan, nakuha ko tong idea ito kay Attorney Bahita. And I was also inspired to make a video just like him. So if you wanted to check his YouTube account, we have Attorney Bahita, just search Justice Buddy. Ayan, sa kanya ko nakuha tong idea yung sasabihin ko sa inyo, which is, sabi niya, if you wanted to post something in the internet or in the social media, you could actually post anything, but not to the extent that you're going to violate the human rights of others. or the rights of others. So, andon, maganda na narinig ko na agad kung alin din yung freedom at alin din yung human rights. So, freedom natin gawin yung mga bagay na gusto natin gawin. But there will be restrictions to that. Okay, lalo na if you're going to violate the rights of others. Okay, the third module that we're going to have is the state, government, its police power, and of course, its relation to human rights. The Philippines actually is a country with a lot of issues when it comes to human rights in government per se, particularly when the president have opted for the full-blown war against drugs. So marami tayong issues dyan. But we're going to talk about that on chapter 3 or module 3, I should say. We also have here in module 4, we have the state and non-state actors on human rights. Ayan, nabanggit ko na kanina. We have the state actors, the government and non-state actors, the influential organizations, non-government organizations, or individuals that have a big take on human rights. We also have here the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. Ayan, napaka-importante ng Universal Declaration of Human Rights because it set out the fundamental outline of human rights adopted universal. Okay, in the entire universe. So the Universal Declaration of Human Rights is actually adopted by the UN General last 1948 Assembly, UN General Assembly in 1948, and it is the first legal document to set out fundamental human rights to be universally protected. Ayan. So dyan nakabase actually yung susunod na module natin, which is Human Rights Legal Frameworks in the Philippines. Ayan. Saan ba nakabase? Anong mga batas ang pwede nating aralin when it comes to the human rights in the Philippines? Ayan. That will be on module 6. Okay, we are going to talk about also, syempre, hindi mawawala ang Bill of Rights and constitutional rights that we have. Okay, ano yung mga basic rights that we have as based on the 1987 Philippine Constitution. Lahat yan, pag-uusapan natin yan, mga right to life and so on and so forth. And of course, last but not the least, yung tinatawag nating statutory rights. Okay, meron tayong mga statutory rights and this includes rights of the accused, karapatan ng mga akusado, karapatan ng mga tao under yung mga person under custodial investigation. Sino ba itong mga to? These are the persons na under investigation or person of interest. They have actually the right. Okay? Parang right to remain silent. They have those. The Miranda rights. Ayan, pag-uusapan natin yan. We also have the deprivation of liberty. Ayan. When you are convicted, isa to sa mga exceptions. We have freedom. We have the right to liberty except when we have committed a crime and we are convicted out of it. Ayan. So our liberty will be deprived. We will also be tackling about the different women and children rights. Andyan yung RA 9262. We have the RA 7877. RA 8505. So yung mga yun, pag-uusapan din natin yung mga yun. We are also going to talk about the rights of cultural minorities and rights of prisoners, and of course, the relationship of human rights and the criminal justice system. So, all in all, yan ang ating pag-uusapan for the entire semester. Okay, so we are going to have video lessons. We will be going to have synchronous and asynchronous setup. Okay, so pakiabangan natin ang mga susunod na video, just like on the next slide. So for the next episode, we are actually going to talk about the fundamentals concept of and principles of human rights. So I have a typographical error there. So magpasensyahan nyo na. So I'll see you on the next video and stay put sa ating mga activities to be posted on our Microsoft Teams. I'll see you.